Hey everybody, my name is Eli Doyle. I am doing my presentation on the Alaskan Inuits. This is a people group that is particularly close to my heart because my wife and I have spent some extended time serving as summer missionaries in Alaska and interacting with a lot of the Inuit peoples that are there. And as I was beginning to do my research, I discovered that the evangelical population in the Alaskan Inuit community, or the Eskimos as they're more colloquially known, is less than 1.5%. So that's essentially an unreached people group living within the borders of the United States, which was just mind-blowing to me. And I can tell you from personal experience, from interactions that I've had with Native peoples there, that it certainly is unreached, that it feels lost, and there's a really low amount of biblical literacy and gospel literacy there. But the people there are amazing, very, very kind, and the evangelistic opportunities that we have to reach these people are just amazing. We have plenty of opportunities, evangelism as well within our reach. So a little bit about them geographically. They're located originally in the northernmost parts of Canada and to Alaska. They're descended from what is known as the Thule tribe, or the Thule peoples. And this is sort of a proto-Native American group that sort of went out of existence, sort of dissolved into several smaller tribes, one of which, the most prominent of which, is the Inuit. Now, the name Inuit in and of itself is sort of a loaded term. Inuit means the people. The other term that's used sort of more frequently is Eskimo, and there's some debate about what Eskimo means. Some people think that it refers to snowshoes. Other people think that it refers to sort of their uncivilized nature, and so naturally most people who belong to this tribe prefer the less derogatory Inuit label, which again means the people. Culturally, industries like whaling are really, really significant. Hunting, those are significant traditional industries. There are lots of beautiful crafts and things like that the people up there produce. And they share a common language, Yupiaq. Now, Yupiaq is actually nearly facing extinction. It's a struggle within a lot of these tribal communities to keep their traditional languages alive, which is a thing that I'll come back to in just a second. Religiously, they traditionally have practiced animism, which is sort of the belief that there's this powerful supernatural spirit that embodies all things living and non-living objects. Sort of everything that you interact with is imbibed with this sort of supernatural spirit. And shamanism, which is this idea that there are certain people who are given supernatural powers to sort of ritually interact with their surroundings. Now, what's interesting about this is traditionally the shaman has been viewed as a mediator. A lot of scholars have described the shaman as the mediator between the divine realm and humanity, or rather the mediator between heaven and earth. Now, what's interesting about this is that the shaman is not perfect. He frequently makes mistakes, his rituals can get messed up, and he's free to practice his powers for good or for ill. But this is sort of traditionally the direction that they've gone. Now, this brings me to my larger point. How exactly can we as evangelicals reach people in these Inuit communities with the gospel? And I think it's twofold. First, it's translating the scriptures into their native language. I think this is something that would have a tremendous impact. And then secondly, I think it's understanding their religion and then communicating Jesus as the fulfillment to their religion. So speaking of Jesus rather than in Western terms, but speaking of Jesus as the greater shaman, the one who has come to bridge the gap between heaven and earth. And this shaman is perfect, that he never makes mistakes and that he uses his power for good. And I think speaking about it in these terms is a way to communicate, hey, Jesus has not just come to save the West, but he's come to save you, and that he cares deeply about the unique aspects of your culture.